What's going on, guys? Exo here from Exo Gaming, and I'm not sure what gameplay is going to be in the background, but it's probably just going to fit the time limit because I don't really have that much time to edit videos and stuff right now because I got a ton of work the next 2 days, and I'm hoping to get this out as early as possible because I just watched Black Ops 2 multiplayer for like an hour, and I'm sure there's going to be a ton of videos like this in your sub box. I'm gonna give like my impressions of it because. But most of those videos that you're gonna see in your sub box are gonna be super biased, right? They're going to either say that the game is gonna suck or that it's gonna be awesome, pretty much. But here I want to sort of give both sides and be as unbiased as possible and just say everything that I saw in the trailer and my first impressions, yada 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 yada. So first things first, the maps. Now, maps can make or break a Call of Duty game, in my opinion. And the maps that I saw, I think there was like 4 total, and they were all really big, pretty much for the most part. And they had a lot of, they played really slow, and most of the footage was from Team Deathmatch, which is typically a slow game mode. So I think a lot of people are overlooking that. Like everybody on Twitter is saying that the maps suck. But they were playing Team Deathmatch, which is a pretty slow game mode, and most of them were going like 9 minutes long. Some of them were going the full length and stuff, and that's not good because that's not what we want from Call of Duty, right? We want it to be fast-paced and in action the whole time. So that's definitely a negative, but I would be wary on that because it was Team Deathmatch and they were just a few maps. They could have just like for whatever reason picked their shittiest maps to show off at first. I don't know what, but yeah, that's that. Like I did say, the gameplay was like super slow, right? If you guys watch it, I'll try to remember to put a link in the description to the video that I watched. It's 50 minutes long of just a bunch of different matches. It was really slow, like, and it looked like it was dominated by assault rifles. I didn't see any other guns used really. I saw the MP7 at one point pulled out, and that still looks like a beast with no recoil. But pretty much all the guns were assault rifles, it seemed like, and there were a lot of burst fires, and I think there was a single shot or 2. And I saw a little bit of sniper footage as well. Didn't see any shotguns, which disappointed me. And the maps looked very bad for shotguns. So yeah, that's definitely a negative for me. But I want to talk about a little bit of the positives. The kill streak system looks amazing because it's done off of like how many points you get, and I've always thought, everybody always asks like, how should they do the true skill matchmaking? I think it should be score per minute, because that's the best way, in my opinion, to judge how good a player is. Because that's you're getting high score. That's just how I see it. So yeah, I'm glad that they're doing the kill streaks based on score, because then people that play objectives will get rewarded, and it's gonna be really, really awesome. If you guys, Woody recently made a video talking about the kill streaks and other stuff too. But it's pretty awesome. The objective players are going to be rewarded more than ever. Sorry about that. Now, one thing, the number one thing I've said about Black Ops 2 for what I want for it has been, like, I've said this since the start. I want good hit detection. I want Modern Warfare 2 hit detection or better. And from what I saw, the hit detection did look really, really good. Like really good. I didn't notice. I was looking. That was like one of the. I was for the whole time. That was what I was looking for, was hit detection, pretty much, and it looked really good. Which is, it brings a smile to my face because that Black Ops 2 would have most likely, no doubt, been the best Call of Duty if it had good hit detection. I think. I mean, Ghost and Second Chance sucked, but hit detection ruined that game, in my opinion. Sound sucked, but hit detection ruined that game, in my opinion. And when I go back to it, Second Chance bothers me a little bit. Ghost doesn't really bother me too much, but hit detection bothers me. Oh yeah, another thing, the sound. The sound in it was awful. At least from what I could hear. Now I was listening to it through my iPad speakers, which isn't the best judge, but like, I don't know if you guys remember this, but in the trailer, like, guns that were shooting 3 or 4 shots would sound like they were shooting 1 or 2. And like the gunshot sounds were off and kind of weird, and the noises were just looked really, really raw, or they sounded really, really raw, and it doesn't seem like they have changed that yet, and I'm not sure if they will, to be honest, because everybody always says like, oh, don't worry, these are alpha versions or whatever, this isn't the finished game, but personally, I've never noticed a change from what I saw, like Modern Warfare 3 at Call of Duty XP. What did they change from that to the original game? I don't think they changed anything really. It's just I hope that they fix the sound, but I wouldn't bet money on it, you know. But yeah, that could be a problem definitely. The sound in Black Ops had a horrible sound. There's no denying that, and it definitely it didn't help the game. You know, it didn't make it a better game. The sound. But yeah, so hopefully they can fix that whole sound thing. But I wouldn't bet on them doing it. The perks are interesting. Now this kind of, when I first heard this, all the perks are for your character, they're not for your gun. So there's no steady aim, there's no sleight of hand, although I think there is dual mag attach, or yeah, like a fast mag attachment so you can reload quicker. But there's no sleight of hand, there's no steady aim, there's no stalker. It's pretty much just things that make your character, like there's ghost, there's blind eye, there's cold blooded. I'm joking, guys, I'm joking. There is those 3 perks, but they're really, really nerfed. Like, Ghost only makes you show up when you move, which is really, really awesome. And I'm pretty sure that I heard somewhere that you can't just move back and forth. Like, you have to be advancing position or something like that. And I'm not sure how that's going to work, but it sounds awesome. And even if you do have to move back and forth, it's still going to help. Help against campers. And a lot of the attachments and perks and stuff were really anti-campers, so that's good in my opinion. Although I never really had too much of a problem with campers, I just have a problem with when camping is more of a viable option than not camping, which it was in Black Ops, in my opinion. Even if you're playing like objective games. Anyways, so yeah, anti-camper stuff there. The Dead Silence and Sit Rep perks that now there's Sit Rep and like increased enemy noise are separate now, and they're in the same tier, and same as Dead Silence. So all those 3 are in the same tier, and so that's gonna balance out because you can use 2 perks in the same tier, but it takes up an extra thing. So if you want to use 2 perks in the same tier, then you're gonna have to use 3 out of the 10 points for your class, and so that's gonna that's gonna not let you have an attachment or a lethal grenade or something, and that's gonna balance it out in my opinion. So yeah, I think that's good. Although I can already like see the surge classes is gonna be like Ghost, whatever for the second perk, and then the 2 perks in the last, and it's gonna be I don't know how that's gonna balance out in Surge personally, but good thing I'm not a Surge player. But yeah, I would worry about that if you guys like Search and Destroy, because it's pretty much everybody that has a headset is going to be using Dead Silence and Sit Rep Pro or whatever it's called. It's Dead Silence as a silence perk, but I'm not sure what the louder enemy footstep perk is. But yeah, that's going to be a huge game killer unless they do fuck with the sound and it's useless, those perks. But I don't think that's the solution, Anyways, enough on that. Holy shit, guys, sorry. I just stopped the commentary and looked at this list of perks, and they have Quick Draw as a perk. So you're going to be able to aim your gun faster if you use the perk. And I think that using 3 attachment on your primary gun is going to be really popular. And that takes up an extra thing, so you'd have to, like, your primary gun and then 3 attachments and then another thing. So that'd be half of your class right there, which is going to balance it out. But, like, I could just see, like, X gun with, Quick Draw, Fast Mag, Suppressor. And that's going to be like a pretty common setup, unless the suppressor sucks like it did in Black Ops. I hope they do nerf it though, because in Modern Warfare 3 it's ridiculously overpowered, and I use it, but still it's overpowered in my opinion. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. They moved Scavenger to the 2nd tier. They have the Hardline or Hardened Pro perk back, but it's called Toughness, and it's flinch less one shot, which is also Focus, I think, in Modern Warfare 3, which is cool. They separated Quick Draw and Quick Draw Pro. One's an attachment and one's a perk too. And yeah, that's awesome. Hardline now, since the kill streaks are changed, Hardline is just receive more points. So I think you get more points like per kill and per capture and stuff, which is really interesting. That's probably going to be a good perk. And that's also in the Ghost Tier 1, which Ghost and Blind Eye are both in. So like, you're going to have to choose between those perks. And also Flak Jacket's in that tier and Lightweight, so those are two other good choices. The perks seem really balanced. I like how it looks, but I am worried that the 10-point system, there's going to be too many possible combinations, that there's going to be one that's overpowered. But it looks really exciting. And so the negatives are there, though, definitely. That's why I started off with them and I finished with the positives, because the positives are what you want to look at. But personally, I feel like this game, I think it's going to last longer than Modern Warfare 3 as life cycle, because I remember mid-November people were like hating Modern Warfare 3, like after a week or two after it being out. And its life cycle extended to like probably January, February, maybe March. That's when people really stopped playing it, and yeah, I'd say like February. But I think Black Ops 2 is gonna last longer just because there's gonna be so much stuff you can do to switch it up. And I mean, the one thing that is really annoying to me is I hope it's not really slow paced. And I also hope that it's not dominated by assault rifles, because that's my least favorite thing about Black Ops when I go back and play it. It's like, if I want to use a shotgun, I pretty much have to accept, like, I'm not going to be able to get dogs with a shotgun like every other match like I could with an assault rifle or something. And I don't know, I hope that's not true in this. I hope that the shotguns are good. And it looked from the trailer that one was good, but if it's, you know, if they're really powerful up close, but you can't get close quarters engagements because of the maps, then they're going to be useless, you know. By the way, guys, I also wanted to mention here at the end that I did see some gameplay from Tabe, and if you guys don't know who that is, he's a pretty big YouTuber who lives in Germany or Sweden or something, I believe, where they're holding this Gamescom event where all this gameplay is getting released from. And he uploaded some gameplay clips, and they were fast-paced, let me tell you. They were pretty fast-paced gameplay, and they looked exciting. And I have to wonder if that's just because he knew where to, I don't know how much he played it, but I mean, maybe he played enough to know where to go on the maps to get to high-paced places or something, or maybe he was playing different game modes. I'm not sure, I didn't really notice. But hopefully, you know, if you're a good player, you'll be able to find, you know, high-paced action, and it won't be really slow and boring like some TDMs with 4 guys on the other team running Ghost and Black Ops were. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. I hope you guys enjoy this. I know it was really long and it was kind of rushed, but I have work for like the next 16 of the next 36 hours on this planet, so don't have much time to do much else. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, like I said, and